Hey, did the Atari show up today? Not exactly the question I expected to be answering in 2024, and yet, here we are, and the answer is yes. This is the Atari 400. This is a retro console from Atari, preloaded with 25 games, and capable of running cartridges from the Atari 400, 800, XL, XE, and 5200. I'm Ron Burke, Editor-in-Chief for GamingTrend, and I am old, because I had one of these when they were new. So let's unbox this thing and take a closer look. Now, I know in the intro I did say that you could load these, and that's not entirely accurate. We'll get back to that. But first, let's take a look at what's inside the box. So obviously the console itself comes with a nice little plastic cover. And I know I have enough USB-C cables to probably pave my way from here to Dallas, but I don't have any that are Atari branded. So I guess I've got that problem solved, and they're in the traditional Atari brown. I'm sure somebody's gonna correct my color choice there, but I also have one Atari HDMI cable, branded and everything. The console, of course, being also Atari brown, it does have one small change from the original. They added the word "the," and I guess there is the other part that, again, we'll get back to in just a second, around cartridges. The stick is familiar. Let's go ahead and remove that. If you've ever owned an Atari joystick, they pretty much looked just like so. The difference there is a small set of buttons up front that were not present before, and this is also USB, so USB-A. Now, I've been kind of alluding to this. There's one other change. This doesn't open, you can't actually use cartridges, but what you can do is load them via USB. So there are instructions in here, and you can also download them on their website to walk you through how you can take your legally obtained USB-powered Atari games and load them via the USB port here in the back. So the other part is there is no power cable. You're gonna power this entirely off of the USB-C, so if you plan on plugging this into a wall, well, you're gonna need obviously some sort of brick adapter, but other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You're looking at 4 ports here in the front, a small power light to let you know that the device is on, and this button here in the back, which serves as a reset. But other than that, that's what's in the box. So the only thing left to do now is fire up some of these 25 games, take a trip down memory lane, and see how they run.
All right, we're firing it up for the first time.
Right out of the gate.
All right, that's pretty cool right out of the gate.
English. And
all right, we're gonna select English. And
And
when you look at the stick, it might not be immediately obvious, but it says press top. What that means is on the ring, right around the top of the joystick, it says the word top. That's actually a button, so press where it says top. We're gonna choose 60 hertz output because we're in America, and we're going to run the test, which obviously works. So we're gonna accept, and yeah.
Retro music right out of the gate.
Good retro music right out of the gate. Plenty of choices of some truly classic games, and I know that we can load new ones that we've legally acquired. We are going to start with a true classic, Asteroids.
Man, this brings back some memories.
So I've got some options there. Flip over.
Hyperspace.
No effect. Shields. Hyperspace.
Bounce on, off.
Bounce on, off. Fast asteroids, slow. Lots of options.
It's been forever since I've played this.
It's been forever since I've played this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I am terrible.
I'm terrible. Thank you, long.
Talking some true retro gaming.
Gaming here.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Oh, this brings back memories.
I seem to recall playing this one with. little turn paddles. It's help playing it with that, as well as the joystick. All right, the buttons on the top will reset. The system, so you can go back to picking another game. So now we're gonna try out Robotron. Love how there's a little description of the let's call it a story that Robotron has. This is one that you can play multiplayer. So if you had a second stick, you could plug that in. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, company. You can kill this guy or not? I guess not. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Yeah, laugh it up. Yeah, this is definitely bringing back the... He killed himself. And no problems there. Get out of here. Gosh, the concept of actually like having it closed behind you. To the top now. I guess I can just escape. Leave those other guys there before Otto comes for me. Oh, man. Snag right in the leg. Simpler time. All right. That's Berserk. Battle Zone. Classic tank game. I played the crap out of the new Battle Zone thing. Moved to full 3D. And you can do like base building stuff. Oh man, I did the crap out of that game. Programmer who put this together, I mean, this is not easy stuff at this point in time. Not with the tiny bit of memory that they had available for them. It's just kind of crazy. Imagination runs wild. The radar system up top. Obstacles to shoot. Over. A little mountain range in the back. Parallax movement. Oop. I've got incoming fire. That's what I've got. Enemy range to left. And behind me, apparently. Hello, sir. I interest you in death? All right. Interesting. All right. So we have some level sets as well. So we can jump through different levels of the game. That's cool. Boulder dash, bristles, capture the flag. I don't think I've ever even played that game. Oh wow, this has to be really early in 3D representation. All right, let's jump in if I can figure out how. There we go. I am human, supposedly. I am running around the Windows screensaver. The tank controls. Guessing the green dot on the left makes sense. Yeah, alright, so I stop moving. Go this way. I could sneak across the field. Guess the pink dude over on the other side. Trying to get to his flag, but I have no idea in the maze how to get there. I definitely did not play this. Yeah, it's kind of wild when you read the stories about how Atari games were made, you know, like, hey guy, here's, you know, $10,000 and make it this weekend. Just knock it out, if you would please. Doesn't matter if it's ready for production. We're ready to ship, and the holidays are here. So chop chop. Controls are as wonky as you might expect. A very different time. I did mention that I went and saw E.T. and I got Berserk, and I got E.T. on the same day. And I also got another Atari peripheral called a Wicco. And I'll throw that up on the screen if I can find one. But it's basically like a giant red baseball bat. It had turbo controls on it, so you could, you know, outshoot your enemies, especially in things like Robotron. You could just shoot extra fast. It's practically just cheat codes in hardware form. Just leave it the whole way down. I imagine this is tedious to watch, so I'm gonna kill this one. I keep bringing up the keyboard. Not sure why I want that. Skip. Centipede, another classic. These quarter suckers, definitely the reason to go to the or the reason to go to your Shakey's Pizza or your Buddy's Pizza and check out, you know, the Crummy Pizza, well, maybe not Buddy's, but Crummy Pizza and awesome arcade times. Throwing your quarters up on the glass, if you got next. Watching people who clearly spent way too much time practicing. I know that I could have probably bought my own Street Fighter II cabinet going to the arcade. The amount of time that I spent on that one. Oh, that does not bode well. There we go. I also spent a stupid amount of time playing Pac-Man. I think everybody did. I mean, for crying out loud, there's a song. Crystal Castles. I definitely played this with the trackball. I put a lot of quarters into this. I've never played it with a stick, so this should be interesting. Come on, my little bear buddy. Oh, no, sir. No caterpillars. That's a lot harder with the stick. Not impossible, but definitely more difficult. Come on, give me my dots. They got the last gem, no bonus. Guess they are gems. Just happy to have survived. Yeah, last gems are mine now, suckers. Ah. I have the last gem. Take that. Ooh. Skeletons and transparencies. I didn't look to see if this has Qbert. It's another game that I spent a stupid amount of time on. What can I say? I had a single mom raised on arcade games, home console games. We were poor, but we could afford to rent games, so, you know, we had all that going on. All right, let's switch it up. Up next is the Electra Glide, a futuristic motorbike racing game. Definitely not played this one. Adam Billiard. That's kind of what I was saying. It's like one dude made this game. Just one dude. England or whatever that is. We'll do whatever that is, maybe. Now, there we go. This is another one that feels like it should be done like a little turn wheel feeling off. I don't know, paddles, whatever you want to call them. Oh, grab on road. 7 miles an hour. Whatever that was. Freeze. Bloody ball. Ah. It's hard to even explain to somebody who's complaining like, hey, my Dragon's Dogma doesn't run at 60 frames. What the hell I'm doing right now. All right, so I want to show you something. I was just playing that game and I just crashed. If I hit down, I can go down here and I can set a save state. And I can load that save slot. And then when I want, I can jump back into that and play it again. So I can like using an emulator, which I have no doubt that that's what this is. I can jump in and I can set a save state. So if I make it really far in a game and I don't want to restart, you know, the Adventures of Flip and Flop here, I want to be able to, you know, make it to some crazy level and save my state. I can do that, and I don't have to worry about tries left or anything like that. I've never even seen this game. Oh, wow. Instant death. That is something that only our generation of old folks will understand. Is it's like, hey, wait a minute. Did you just lose 2 lives instantly? Yes, you did. I have no idea what I'm doing. None. I have no clue. These things used to come with manuals. Oh, okay, that's enough of this. Whatever this game is, it's awful. Henry's House? I've never heard of this. There was no Nintendo Seal of quality back then. Yikes. Go up the ladder? No. Jump? Oh, touching things kills me. Alright. Oh, Henry, come on. Trial and error. Lost trial and error. Come on, go. Ah. Killing me. You kids, this is what we had to put up with. Instant death. Other than the save state in this game and this console, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do much of anything here. You could save state your way through these games. If you played them and you were like, my parents hated me, they bought me this game, I never want to see it again, but now I can play it because I get save states, well, there you go. You can beat Henry. You can get past the first room if you have more patience than I do. Come on, man, move that clown shoe. Go. Yeah, that's enough of this. Hover Bubber? I've never heard of this. Hover Bubber. He's stolen his neighbor's lawnmower, but now the neighbor's determined to get it back. Oh boy. Thanks, Llamasoft Software. Thank you for that wonderful setup. Let's go. Let's mow some lawns. Let's do it. Jim won't mind if I borrow his mower. Dog loyalty? Dog tolerance? We got complexity here. Let's vacuum. I mean, mow. What was that? Oh, give me that mower. That must be Jim. Damn you, Jim. Curses. I'll just nip and borrow. Oh, hey, you can fast forward with the button press. Oh my god. Apparently, you can overload the mower and move very quickly. Good old Alf, he's a decent chap. Alf, like from the 80s? Oh, Alf. Alf is awesome. Oh, I can press the button and scare away the dog, I guess? Come on, man. I don't know. Oh, give me that mower. Alf Kershing. Lee. In this platformer, you're a master of martial arts. Quest for immortality and wealth. Lee. Of course, you have to fight an evil wizard. Hey, that was some first pixel art going on there. Start to begin game. Let's do it. I can crouch. I can jump. And climb. And fight ninjas. And whatever that dude is. You should seek medical attention, dude. You don't look so good. Punching? Oh, I got flying sidekicks. Wah! Oh! Wait, oh, I've only got 4 falls. That's 1 less. Fight back, you fool. Ninjas. Ninjas. Oh. Well, it's no ye are kung fu. Let's see if we can get this dude a flying sidekick. Oh, that did not go well. Oh my goodness. I feel like I've not been given the proper training. So there's like some strategy to try and like jump on things and stay out of the way. I feel like you should just try and crack one of these guys in the skull repeatedly until they go away first. You too, buddy. Oh, curse you. I must return to my bullshito gym. Go! These ninjas are a little easier to kill than the green dude. I can crouch down, they can't hit me. Because that's how Kung Fu works. I don't know if you know that or not. 1 fall left. I'm no John Wick, I'll say that. The advantage there is to coming up here. Oh, hey. Now we're talking. Stick to the shadows. Vengeance will be mine. I'm assuming it's always vengeance in the 80s, so I'm assuming it'll be vengeance. Always seems to be. My brother's been killed. My father's been needs to be avenged. I've misplaced my coffee cup, you know, vengeance. Oh, hey. Collect those, whatever those are. Curses! More the Steven Seagal of Kung Fu. Mule. Alright. I've always heard about this game, but I've never played it. I've heard this is like the go-to for early nerd fun. Is there a joystick or paddle for each planeteer? At least 1 joystick is required to play the game. Let's go then. No idea. Please do not push stick while pressing your button. Excuse me. Let's go, buddy. I'm pressing the buttons. I'm not quite sure what you want from me. I know you don't want me to press the button when I press the stick. That apparently upsets the apple cart. Selected stick. Let's do that. It's very insistent that I don't do that, but I'm certainly not figuring out how to do this. Alright, Will's a bust for me. I'm sure I can figure it out over time, but come on. Millipede's basically centipede. Minor 2049er. Let's go. Prepare for station 1. Alright. Very Mario-like. In a non-copyright infringing way. I've retrieved whatever that is. Crush that dude. I wonder if I have to, like, Hubert my way over these things. It seems like I need to. Touch all the things. Excuse me, sir. Doing well. First level is, the tutorial level. Learn how to not suck. Can I axe murder? No. Best you got the platform. Hit these guys too, or do I jump on? Oh, what the hell happened there? It melted. Everything's brown. What have you done, sir? What have you done? Did I just run into the dude? Nope. Whatever slime. I guess I jump on them, but I didn't jump on them correctly? I don't know. Who knows? Alright, crush that thing? I don't know. And in true retro fashion, this has basically CDI wand of gamelan type of controls, so jumping is just as painful as you might expect. You know, you're trying to get on top of a platform, you're like, ah, no. Oh, apparently I died. Game over, -1. Crazy talk. Missile command. This is played with a trackball. I don't even think I'd bother playing this without a trackball. O'Reilly's Mine, this kind of looks like Dig Dug. Which, frankly, Dig Dug's on. Oh. That kind of pour over and kill me? Yeah. So it's kind of a combination of Tron and Dig Dug? Yep. I've died. Should I try and go as deep as possible first and then work my way up? And come on, dude. Going back up seems to take a while. I can dig kind of laterally really easy. Oh, that was easy. Alright, we've reached the end of the up there. Kind of reminds me of Snake. Game over, -1. -1 things common. There was a show called 7 Cities of Gold. It's a cartoon back in, well, I guess it'd be around this time. I'd do an observer. Court has finally granted you an audience, perhaps. After so many years, you'll have your own expedition. I mean, maybe. Okay, this is kind of like a pirate setup where you have like a certain amount of material. Oh, wow, it's like parallax scrolling again. This is my home. I have one life and wealth and stuff. A new day. I mean, this is it's kind of like beginner level RPG stuff. Go to the outfitter. Yeah, outfit my expedition. How many ships? How much men? Food? Goods? Wow. I'm actually kind of impressed. Let's get on the boat. Or ship, if you will. You're ready to begin your journey. Your West Canary Islands, further west is the unknown, where you hope to find the new world. The king has sent his best wishes for the success of your adventure. Don't look for the new world. It's not good. Okay. This kind of reminds me of Star Trek on the Atari 2600, I think it was. Where you had kind of a map like this, a starfield map that you could fly around, you'd have to shoot Klingons and stuff, and it's pretty cool. Okay. A food counter, I've got men, so imagine I'm going to run into somebody else at some point. Ahoy? I need a map. Oh, speed is half. Wonder if I'm like sailing against the wind or something. Our expedition is off to a great start. Okay. Is it like real time, this adventure on the ocean? I'm just starving to death and eating my food. Sailing. Towards something. Maybe. Alright. Now it's like watching paint dry, but I'm sure if I kept sailing, I'd get somewhere. Star Raiders 2. I gotta understand Star Raiders 2? Was there information in the first one that I didn't get? Nice story. Okay. The story is King Darkline. Yeah, there it is. First line never gets anything from video on that. Alright, Leah. Alright, tease. Alright. I've got a certain amount of on the board. Lasers have a certain amount of capacity. Am I going somewhere in specific? These games were also just score-based, so really just had no objective other than I must kill. On the course of the... Oh, there's a pink thing there. I don't know. Maybe it's a city. Alright. I do have an unanswered question to Star Raiders. Wavy Navy. That looks a lot like Centipede. Centipede, but with longer explosions and dive bomb. I mean, these guys managing to do anything inside this tiny bit of memory for these games, and computations that could be expressed in bytes opposed to even kilobytes. It's amazing we got in. It's just required. Alright then. It's amazing we got anything. Just making it all work. Yeah, controls are certainly loud with the clickiness. Alright, and then Yoomp. Whatever a Yoomp is. The font definitely reminds me of Amiga days. That's my name is Zach. Alright, oh, shiny things. That's points or what? Yep, got a Zaxxon feel to it. Not Zaxxon. I lost my train of thought. It's the... Oh, I died. Let's fire my Yoomp. It's the... oh man, I died again. The one with the spinner, and it was kind of a vector graphics. Should have sent a tell me in the comments. I just can't recall it while I'm playing. Incredibly complex game. Look at that. It's actually kind of fun. But I think the real thing to do here is going to be, it's time to load some games. I'd like to see something. Hey, look at that, level 1 done. I'd like to see something like Yard Revenge and Pitfall. Some of those classic games that have been Atari. So I'm going to grab a USB stick and load some games, and maybe we'll give those a try. So 1 second. Before we do jump into any of the new games I'm about to load, I do want to show you the options menu. So we're going to jump over to options. And in here we have display options. So you can go with the 4:3 aspect ratio or pixel perfect. And you can enable a CRT effect. That's that kind of slight blurriness, which honestly it can actually improve the graphics slightly. And then you have a number of frames, considering the fact that this is not really going to fill the whole thing. You know, if you want a retro frame, you can certainly do that. I'm going to turn on the CRT effect. You guys can see what that looks like. For the last thing, let's take a look at what it's like to load games onto this you've legally procured. So we're going to load up Defender. I've heard me clickety-clacking on this button here. There's also a shoulder button off the left side that's a much softer touch. And we're going to actually... Yeah, barely good. Tolerable. And, the other button is definitely retro loudness. Wave 1 complete. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on it. I mean, Wait, Defender, you don't have a very good idea what Defender looks like. But you need to blow up. Alright, we'll jump back in here. We'll load up Dig Dug, another personal favorite. Now, this is the, I don't want to say bad old days, but arcade ports were definitely not quite the same as their Big Brother counterparts. But some of these games are actually pretty close to what we had in the arcade. This one being one of them. Pretty close. Get this dragon here. We're going to do it with this rock. Get some. Yeah, come for me. Let's do it. Weird little potato creature. Oh, he's escaping. Oh, so close. That's Dig Dug. Definitely sank more than a few quarters into this game. The blast. Even now, I'm going to enjoy the crap out of playing this. Jump back out of that. Donkey Kong Jr. This is another one that I spent a great deal of money on in the arcade. Fast climb. Oh, I should have dropped that on the alligator. Oh, yeah, that's right. You gotta jump onto the platforms. Oh, I am rusty with Donkey Kong, apparently. Very, very rusty. But Donkey Kong Jr. Joust. This is another one that doesn't differ too much from the arcade version, other than graphics. So you can certainly live with it. Be able to play Joust at home. Get that last guy. No, sir. Get that egg. Oh, he got me. You bastard. Come on, you. It's harder. No running through. Alright, that's Joust. Kartika. If you're in the game should be 60 frames a second crowd, I've got something for you. This is a fantastic game from Broderbund, but I promise you, this is the frame rate. Every bit of it. Meant to be nice and slow. This game is hard, too. But it was one of the first real martial arts games that I got to play as a kid, and I just loved it. Absolutely loved it. This one and Karate Champ were staples for me. You're going down, sir. You get a little bit of health back, but not all. I think there's a way to just stand up and run. There we go. Yeah, if you're noticing kind of the same style as Prince of Persia, you're onto something. We did a whole piece on this, making of, at GamingTrend, and we got to talk with the developers and all that kind of crazy stuff. So I highly encourage you check that out. Richard did a fantastic job covering that. Don't miss out. This game's definitely a special one. So, Kartika. We'll jump in Pitfall first. This is pretty much one of the games that put Activision on the map. David Crane did this game all by himself. Which is just baffling to me, but here we are, right? This sound of accidentally running into the barrels, like, oh, not like that. Not up there. like that. Permanently burned into my brain as a kid. That and this that sound right there. All right, let's get over this alligator pit. Oh, that sucks. Now, if I remember right, Pitfall 2 actually swings you back to where you started. So there's like a checkpoint system. We're going to jump into Pitfall 2, see if my memory is right. Pitfall 2, Lost Caverns. Oh, accidentally loaded Pitfall 1. Let's try that again. Yeah, the reason you can actually put in multiple medias, though, if you have games that are multiple discs, the Ultima series comes to mind. You can load in multiple discs, and then when it says, like, for Ultima 3, it'll say insert the, I'm taxing my Ultima brain here, insert scenario disc, I think? Something like that. You can have those discs loaded and ready to go, so you can just hit home, which is the button on the left, and I think it's up will cause that to load in that second disc. Let's try that again. Pitfall 2. Start game. All right. There we go. So this is another one by David Crane. Got our cat down there we need to rescue. That's got a rat right to that. Or the rat will push you back up onto the ledge. We'll do that. We'll fall down here. Go swimming. If I remember right, the rat, yeah, no matter what, pushes you back in. So you got to get an item for that. Bar, grab that. The points are really the goal of the game. And like I said, I remember if you die, it carries you back to the beginning. And for every second that you're swimming backwards, you're losing points. I can see there's another item down there. I'll have to figure out how to get down there. I guess my rust isn't quite so bad on this one. Here we go. Here's one of those checkpoints. So now, if I die, come back here. Right. Remember, if I had to do anything to activate it, walk across it. Let's test that theory. Okay. 100 points off just for that. Come on, Poison Frog, do your magic. Just like that. So yeah, this is certainly a more, there's more depth to this game than there ever was in the first one. There's a whole lot to discover. There's a lot of secret stuff in this one that simply they didn't have time for in the first one. So this is one that you'll have to dig into. It's a personal favorite of mine from when I was a kid. All right, Thunder Fox. I seem to remember this one being like a shmup. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong button. All right, Thunder Fox. Try this again. All right, prepare to do battle. I think this is one of the first games that had like a cutscene. Yeah, instead of a ship, take off. Here I go. Yeah, not really a shmup as much as a side-scrolling shoot 'em up. Some of this stuff is solid. Some of this stuff is solid, and if you do that little loop move, when there's a building underneath you or another ship underneath you, you rush. So you got to kind of be mindful of where you do your loops. Like I said. Oh. That's another one of those games that after it's just kind of learning through it. That's Thunder Fox, and since I mentioned it a couple of times, we'll load up Zaxxon to clear things out. This is one of the oh, come on, Ron. Get your stuff together. This is one of the first games that featured 3D and gave you the ability to navigate through obstacles in a 3D environment. So it's certainly unique in that way. So you got to kind of navigate through different heights of things. You're almost using your guns to kind of measure the heights of things, especially the walls, all while trying to earn points, right? I really appreciate this shoulder button on this controller. It's a lot quieter. There are other options like 8-bit Dio has controllers that'll be compatible with this, especially since it's just USB. That's a nice thing. They didn't go with a proprietary controller, and I appreciate that. Now, one of the things that you should note, this is the Atari 400 based system. This does leave a lot of opportunity, if this is successful, for them to release other Atari brand consoles. And I mean, there's no reason why we can't have an Amiga, right? I wouldn't mind playing the Amiga version of Dragon's Lair. So that is a pretty good look at all of the games that are in the Atari 400, as well as what it's like to load third-party ones over that USB. While it'd be nice to have the console be able to accept a cartridge, I totally get why that could be problematic. And, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't probably make too much of a difference. And besides, do you really want to support the scalpers that are charging $400 for Atari cartridges? I didn't think so. I'm Ron Burke, editor-in-chief for GamingTrend.com. Thanks for joining me, and look for more coverage like this on our site at GamingTrend.com and right here on this YouTube channel. Stay safe, and we'll see you again very soon.